Eli Luberoff, founder and CEO of Desmos, which makes the next generation of graphing calculator. There's this pervasive tendency in Silicon Valley to idolize people who can run on no sleep. It's a hero thing to stay up until 4 a.m. and wake up at 8 a.m. the next morning or not even go to sleep. And I can't do that. It's one of the things that I think makes me unusual and would from the outside make me a terrible founder, because I can't do that. I don't like to. When the next day I don't work very well. And as a result, I've tried to arrange my life so that I get enough sleep, and it's actually worked into the company culture. We have a policy that you never come to the office when you're tired. And so people wake up, if they didn't get enough sleep the night before, they go back to bed and they come in when they're ready to put in a day of work at full concentration. I think for me it's partly, I'm not good with caffeine. I don't like the effect that it has on the way that I think. And so I just can't get away with not getting enough sleep. And it's so antithetical to the startup culture. You're absolutely right about that. It's not what other companies say that they do, this whole work hard, play hard. But the result of it is that the people in Desmos all are rested and happy and have fulfilled, balanced lives in a way that I think is hard to find while trying to do something pretty ambitious. So we work very hard, but we work on our own schedule. So how do we introduce this policy to people? It's up on our website, on our list of company values. Health and happiness is one of them, and sleep is like half of that paragraph. And so people know that's happening when they come in, and we tell them, this means that you're responsible for getting your work done and being responsible about that. And then it's just a question, as always, I'm still not great at hiring. I've been incredibly lucky so far. There have been a few where it hasn't worked out. I think you just find people who want that, who are craving that. And there are definitely people in the Valley who want the fast-moving pace of a startup without this kind of masochistic martyrdom culture of, you sacrifice years of your life to do it. They want to work hard, but they don't want to kill themselves doing it. And so we find those people and they find us. Yeah, it's a good question. What drives people to this idea of burning the candle at both ends, or all three ends, or however many they have to burn to get there? I remember reading a Paul Graham essay at one point where he was talking about how the idea of a startup is you're compressing 20 years of work into 2 years. And there's a lot of truth to that, because you can move so much quicker than you can when you're at a big company, and the idea is to be really disruptive. I think that there is truth also to the idea that the companies that move faster by working longer hours are going to outperform the ones who don't. Education technology is an interesting space in this, because you are constrained to work slower. The time to exit of an education company is slower. It takes longer to get there. And so I think that it's less true than in these social, these consumer web companies, where there are 18 people all competing for the exact same thing, and it's whichever one is able to double their user base a little bit quicker. It's interesting that I'm not really a sleep dictator. We have some people in our company who don't need to sleep very much, and they don't. And they'll come in after getting a couple hours and perform fine. And so I think the important thing to instill in the culture is that what matters is how well you're working and how sharp you are while you're in the office, and not, the way that you choose to balance your life to get there. And so it's all about letting someone know, yeah, you're tired, you're sick, you're not feeling great, go home, take care of yourself. Just having that be a core part of the company culture, I think, matters a lot. And then not ever pushing people to go past where they're being productive. So I've never asked anyone to stay in the office, and I've never ordered someone from not going on vacation. You gotta trust that people are gonna make their right life balances to be the best performer that they can, because ultimately that's what everyone wants to do in the company is perform well and have their code work as well as possible and be as maintainable as possible and have their emails be coherent and all of this stuff. And so you just need to encourage people to do what they need to do to get there. And it's different for everyone. For me, it's my 8 hours of sleep. For some people, it's making sure that they see a certain group of their friends every couple days, or they start to lose what they need to keep going.